what are some things, like if you were to speak with a business owner, right? Before they step into your door, what do they need to have?
Okay, great question.
Welcome to another episode of Live the Grace Life. I'm your host, Corey Holman. And today, listen, entrepreneurs, I need you to tap in because this is an exciting podcast. Listen, Live the Grace Life is about business, leadership, and life. And we want to make sure we're bringing in guests that are able to help you go to the next level. We're so excited. We have Ms. Barbara Armistead. She's the Economic Development Program Manager for the City of Albany. And today we're going to be talking about all the things you need to be able to take your business to the next level. So let's welcome Ms. Barbara Armistead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Holman, for having me here today. We are excited about this opportunity to address our community and let them know what we're all about. Because like you said earlier, this was a secret that we no longer wants to be a secret.
Yeah.
We want this to be an opportunity for business owners and potential business owners as well. So thank you again for having me here today.
Awesome. And so here's the thing, you all. It is so important that you are aware of the resources that are in your community. One of the things that people often say, they're not aware of things. And today we wanna take care of that problem. And we've been talking, and many others, about building a better ecosystem where people are aware of these resources. And even though y'all been around for many years.
Many years.
It's just updating and making sure the new generation is aware of what's happening. So before we dive into all these great resources, Ms. Barbara, tell us about your background. What led you to this work?
Well, I had my own business. I was a business owner in the city of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I had a bridal salon and event center there for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was very successful. I partnered with another young lady there. It was called Bridals by Rosa at the time, and we were a rental company that rented bridal dresses to brides as well as their wedding parties. We did all type of events, and it was wonderful. I loved the passion of helping other people make their dreams come true.
Okay.
Having that special day for brides as well as grooms, I haven't forgot about you, man, as come true and be the most beautiful thing that they ever could imagine. And so that's what I did for 10 years in the Atlanta area. And then I had the excitement of being called because my background is accounting.
Okay.
I have a master's degree in accounting, and I was called to Albany, Georgia, to work at Turner Job Corps Center.
Oh, wow.
Again, I love youth.
Yeah.
I have a passion with youth as well at that time, and so I saw another opportunity to take my skills and knowledge in a different direction and educate young people. So I wanted to make that move, and it was going to help my career because I was also at Emory University as a financial analyst.
Okay.
And I had topped the ladder, so to speak, in my department. So when this opportunity came, I said, you know what, let me try that as well. So I came to Albany, Georgia, and started out as the finance manager for Turner Job Corps Center.
Okay.
And then was promoted to the administrative director there. And when we changed management, which happens, I then went to the city of Sylvester as the finance manager there, the first black finance manager for the city of Sylvester, and was able to meet and connect with other people here in the city of Albany. And the revolving loan fund was established down there in Sylvester for that area, and had to collaborate with other finance managers here in the city, and then met Ms. Phyllis Brown. And when the position for the Economic Development Program Manager came available for the city, she knew that I was looking to come closer back to the home of Albany. And so I got a call, and here I am today.
Yeah.
And I love it because I love helping other people develop their skills as well as develop their businesses. because it's such a passion. I mean, it's what drives our economy, and that's where economic comes from, driving the economy because of job creation and retention. And we know the small businesses is what does it for us. Those are the stats all over the United States. The small businesses is what drives our economy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's so important. And I wanted you all to really hear her background so you can see the passion behind what she does. Because a lot of times when we're coming in as business owners, let's just be honest, we think, I mean, we're in this island, you think you are, but you don't have to be. And the reality is there are people in your community, there are programs set up to make sure that you do succeed. And so you have to make sure that you're in communication, that you're showing up. Because I met Miss Barbara at a networking event, at a business resource expo, I believe it was. And so those are opportunities where you want to show up. You want to put your face in front of people that can help you. And so knowing that Ms. Barbara has that background, has owned a business, you're not just talking with someone who is just in a position, right? You're talking with someone who understands, right?
Yes.
All right. So what drives your passion for supporting small business owners?
Seeing businesses develop and grow, because guess what? When you talk about small businesses and seeing them grow, it helps me because there are things that I want and need for my family, within our business community. But to walk around or drive around the city of Albany and say, you know what, I had a little part in that business succeeding, that just blows my mind. And so that's where my passion comes from, because I see Albany as a place where it can be a small mecca to Atlanta. But we just got to get the right people to do the things that need to be done and get those creative juices turning for those people who, I think I may have an idea. God gave them an idea. They gave it to them, but they don't know where to turn to get it done. And so, and to keep it going. Once you start a business, the next thing is, how do I keep it going? That's the important part.
Yes.
And so seeing that happens is passionate for me. Being behind the scenes and saying, you need to do this and you need to do that, and seeing them do it and their business expanding and growing, that is exactly what I think Father God has put me in Albany to help to do.
And she's been doing it, y'all. She's been doing it. All right. So hearing her passion behind this, so there are different programs that she's going to talk about, we're getting ready to dive into, that the Microbusiness Center and the City of Albany partner together to help small businesses. So one of the things that you were telling me about was the revolving loan fund.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. What is it? How does it work?
Okay. Great question. The revolving loan fund is funds that we have. We get our funds from CDBG funds from HUD.
Okay.
And they give it to the city, to the Department of Community and Economic Development, and they say use these funds to help small businesses. So we allocate a portion of our funds to help small businesses, and so we've come up with this revolving loan fund. And what the revolving loan fund is that we are allowed to loan small businesses, someone that has been in business less than 2 years or even more than 2 years. So there's no distinction. So don't get discouraged if I say 2 years or less, and you have been in business for 4 years. With that, what you'll do is we have an application process, but you first have to go to your local bank.
Okay.
Okay, that's
right.
one of the first criteria. You do have to go to your local bank and either get approved or decline. We know that the local banks are here to help, but they have stringent requirements, such as the credit. And we know sometimes that can be a barrier for some of us that wants to start a business. So with that, they may require 670, where we are not as, our requirement's not as high as a 670. You may have some issues on your credit. We look at all those things and look at how we can help you to overcome that challenge, as well as how long you've been in business, what you're using for collateral. Now, with our loans, there is a place where you do have to have some kind of collateral, whether it is real estate or whether it is equipment, because those are the two types of loans that we do: equipment collateral and real estate collateral. And with that, our interest rates are lower. I can't tell you the exact interest rate because it's based on what is in the current marketplace
Makes
or the
sense.
Federal Reserve as far as that. But usually it's a little bit lower than what your banks may conventionally charge you for interest. And with that, we look at all of the things and then we help you to put your loan package together with that. And so once you do that, we do gap financing. What that means is the bank may approve you for 80,000, but you need to get your business or the equipment that you need, maybe 100,000. So you got a $20,000 gap there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we can do that gap financing for you. That's part of our program. Or you may find a building that you want to now transfer from being a home business owner to a actual brick and mortar.
Makes sense.
And so if you want to do that, then that building that you're wanting to go into could be based as a collateral for your business and for your loan. And we can do that as well. So there are several different ways that we can do something. And then we do creative financing. We may do where you pay the principal on the beginning, or we may defer it for 6 months till you can get up and running. So there's a lot of different things that we can do to help you with your business. Now, when we do this loan, we're not just going to leave you out there. We walk you through it, and we may see, well, you know what, this person needs to have some classes in different things, in marketing. Then we may come to Mr. Holman and say, I got a client I need you to work with. Or we reach out for other resources that we may have, such as they may need some help with their financial side of it, Excel or QuickBooks. And we have other people, other companies that we will call in and refer them to so that they can go out and get the assistance that they need so that their business, once we do that loan, we still hold their hands as long as possible to make sure that they're successful in their business venture.
Awesome. And I think that's so important, especially business owners, as you're really starting off or you're really trying to get your foot on the ground. What Ms. Barbara is offering is a great resource for you. Partly because, and I know this from experience, that banks are, like she said, are more strict with their requirements and even with their collateral practices. And so when you have the opportunity to go with this type of revolving loan, is they're a little bit more flexible with you, but you still have to have some things in order.
Place, yes.
Don't just come in without. And so let's talk about that. So what are some things, like if you were to speak with a business owner, right, before they step into your door, what do they need to have?
I will ask them to make sure that they have all of the legal documents.
Okay.
One of the things I'm finding out is a lot of times that we don't legally set up our business correctly.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that's very important, because even with banks, they require you to have certain things, such as, and if you're coming from a home-based business, some home-based business do not require you to have business license.
Yeah.
You have to have a business license. You have to have registered with the state of Georgia. You have to have a business checking account. You have to have your DUNS number. These are things that not just us as DCED requires you to have, but because again, remember, we're getting this money from a federal entity, and they require us to have certain documents in our files to ensure that this is a legitimate business.
Absolutely.
And so with that, we also ask you to have a business plan. We need to know where your business is going, what's the vision, what's the mission of your business, because those are things that you should know. Those should be your driving factors, as well as any type of other documents that you may have. We have to do a save affidavit form. You have to turn in certain tax returns and financial statements. Another thing that I found in talking to a lot of business owners, they don't have financial statements.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And small businesses may not, but you need to know what kind of income you have coming in and what kind of expenses that you have going out, because that's going to tell us if you can afford to make a payment, because it's a revolving loan. And so what that means is that as we lend money out, we expect to be able to get the money coming back in on your monthly payments so that we can, again, help somebody else.
Yeah.
And one of the other things is job creation. By us helping you, how many jobs are you going to create by you developing or coming out of your home into a brick and mortar? Or even expanding your business. How many jobs are you going to create? Or in this economy, how many jobs are you going to retain? Because we know that we need people to stay in the workplace. Because again, that creates a lot of different economy steadfastness or stability when it comes to people retaining jobs, especially right now.
Absolutely.
So those are just a few of the things that are required that we are looking for, that you have to have. And if you come into my office, we sit down and we have a consultation and we look at, do you have these things? And if you don't, then I tell you where to go and how to get them.
Yeah.
So it's not like, well, if I don't have those things, I can't come. Yes, you can, because I can walk you through where to go, where to get them, how to get them, so we can get you started. Just to give you an example, I've had a client that came into my office about a year and a half ago, and he did not have all of those items. He got all those items because he had a passion for what he wanted to do in his business. He got all of those things, and I'll say within 6 months, we didn't give him the initial loan amount that he wanted, but we gave him enough, and with his own injection. Now, there is some injection that you have to do yourself. Because that shows that you have a passion for what you're doing, and he had his passion was there for his business, and his business has grown to the point where he's in a building. He's not in a freestanding building. He desires to be there, but he paid off his loan. He had a 5-year loan. He paid it off within a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Because his business took off just that quick.
Wow.
And he was like, he's so excited. Now, guess what? He's calling me back because he's ready to open another location. So that's what so he has hired 4 people to run the location where he is right now. So he's ready to replicate that again in another location.
Wow. So
we're working on finding him another location here in the city of Albany. And one of the things I do want to mention is that these loans are only for, unfortunately, for businesses in the city of Albany.
Okay.
We don't go into Dougherty County
Okay.
At this time. That is something that we're looking to do, but it won't be with the revolving loan fund because that's specific for building up the city of Albany.
It makes sense.
So that's where we are with that.
All right, so let's just kind of retract there. So we talked about in the beginning, before you go in there, at least just primary items that you should have, okay? Business license with the city of Albany.
Yes.
And I'm being clear in this because sometimes, you sit with people, I sit with people all the time, and making sure we're aware of that. So that when you're doing business, you must have a license within that city limit.
That's
Any
correct.
city you enter in, you got to have a license to do
That's
business.
correct.
And then you have, like she said, the Secretary of State. So you have to have what you call a state license for do business.
It's state registration.
Or state registration.
Yeah, that shows that a lot of people get that confused because you go on there, and the importance of that is because if there is another business in the state that's named the same business as you within the same city limits, if something happens, for example, if we had a business, the Lighting Company of Albany.
Okay.
And that business is already in existence, and you come and say, I want to have a lighting company for the city of Albany, and you name it the same thing, okay? And you don't register yours with the Secretary of State, and somebody says, you know what, you didn't provide me with the services, so now I want to sue you. So they go out there and they see at the Secretary of State, when that lawyer starts looking around, he sees Lighting Company of Albany. Well, that's your business, but that's not my business. And so they may send you a letter saying they're suing you, but it's me. So that's why it's important that you register with the state so that there's not a conflict with the names of the businesses. One of the things that I've learned in this business and doing business here in the city and with lawyers is that you have to be specific when you're doing any legal thing as far as naming someone. So you want to make sure that your name is registered so that somebody else doesn't get confused because it's the same name as yours in the city, and then because even though it may not be you and you can go and get all those steps to have that removed, but still that's a lot of steps and things that you have to do in order to reverse that particular legal action that may be taken against you because you're the wrong company.
Okay. Well, that's a nugget, y'all. I think the other thing is, and I'm saying this from experience too, that I didn't do a good job at, is I should have got QuickBooks a long time ago. QuickBooks or some type of accounting software. And when you're starting off, you're bootstrapping, like you're using whatever you have to keep the costs down and your expenses. But over time, it does pay. And you need to be able to look back at your records to be able to say, okay, how much am I actually bringing in?
Exactly.
And then you can kind of track and you can kind of see what areas do I need to cut back? So even like Ms. Barbara was saying, in this time right now, we're in 2025 where things are shifting and changing. It gives you an opportunity to look back. Okay, where are the areas I need to cut? Right?
That's so important.
You know, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it throughout this year is realizing, okay, what areas, what subscriptions I need to cancel that we're not really using, because those subscription accounts, y'all, listen, they would take all your money and you'd be like, wait a minute, $19.99 every month, but you got multiple subscription accounts, that stuff adds up. So anyway, we're going to move on. We just providing some different tips, okay?
And that is a great tip to have, because I find that happens a lot when people go into business and they are apprehensive about software, financial software. I can tell you that as a professional in this arena, that QuickBooks sometimes have a smaller version. You don't have to get the most advanced QuickBook, but it has ones on there that is for smaller businesses. And so you may want to make sure and look at all of that. And then even if some people I've noticed hire somebody to do their books for them, when doing that, you still as a owner need to know where they're putting stuff, or where your money is going, and how your money is going, and where do you spend your money the most, because that's important, because you're in business to make money. Let's not forget that. You're in business to make money, whether it's a nonprofit organization or whether it's for profit organization. Your bottom line still needs to be in the black and not in the red. And so you want to do an audit, and we even have resources where they will come in and help you to audit to see where you're missing it at, or where you're spending excess money. And sometimes with our, and I may be leading into the next question, the incubator program that we have for the Downtown Incubator program, as well as the incubator program at the Microbusiness Enterprise Center, we do things like that. We meet with our tenants and our business owners on a quarterly basis and annually as well, to see and look at your financial statements, see if you have the right software, if you even have a software. Because some people may be a little financial savvy and may want to use in the beginning, if they're financial savvy, remember I said that, Excel. When I started out my business in Atlanta, I used Excel. But now my background is accounting. So I know how to create a income statement and a balance sheet, and a profit or loss statement. I knew how to create all of those. So I used Excel for a long time. For about the first three years of my business, we used an Excel. And then, so when I didn't do my own taxes. When I was able to, at the end of the year, take all of my financials to my tax expert. They did my tax return like that. They even asked, why are you here? Because taxes is not my specialty. So I wanted to come to someone that specialized, that had expertise, that can show me and tell me what other things that I needed to look out for in that area of taxes so that I can maximize,
Your
those
return
deductions and things like
deductions, yeah,
that. So, that is very important.
Okay. All right. So that's really good. And I think even just one more tidbit on this is just I think one of the things I'm noticing is like, and even in our businesses, I'm paying a lot of processing fees. And so those are things that I'm like, recently I started noticing how much money monthly goes into processing fees with the transactions. And yeah, we try to move to a lot of our businesses doing like we call ACH because it's a little bit easier, but not every transaction can be that way. So you have
Correct.
these processing fees that take so much over time, and you're like, what in the world? I didn't realize I was paying that much through
Right.
processing fees.
And because a lot of businesses, especially retail businesses and such others that takes credit cards and payments like that, they have processing fees now. But what is happening, I see a trend where business owners are now transferring that fee to the customers and letting the customers know, hey, for this convenience,
Yeah.
it's additional $3. Yesterday I was doing a transaction and they told me, well, if you want to pay with your debit card, credit card, or what have you, it was $15.95. And I'm like, what? Is there another means of payment?
Absolutely.
Because that $15.95, that was lunch.
Yes.
So you got to think about those things. And are you in a position to carry that cost as a business owner? Or do you want to transfer that cost to your customers? And some do and some don't, according to what size business you are. But the other thing is, do you want to split it maybe?
Yeah.
To let your business or your consumers know that there's a convenience cost of $1.95. You also may want to check what type of software you're using because some of those will say, you know what, we're going to forgo for the first year any processing fees associated with your account as a startup. So there are different things that you need to watch out for. And sometimes you may end up changing different type of softwares after 1 year because, again, those processing fees can add up a
Absolutely.
whole lot. And that's a
Absolutely.
cost that you don't necessarily have to have if you're researching. Because one of the things I tell startup businesses, and we do offer a class
Yeah.
in startup businesses at the Microbusiness Enterprise Center.
Okay.
And that's open to the public.
Okay.
Free of charge. Free of charge.
Y'all heard that, free 99.
I want to make sure you heard that, free. And you have to just check out our website to determine when the classes are. But one of the things that we make sure that you do is you need to do your research. I said all that to say you have to do your research and stay on top of those type of things.
Absolutely.
Imagine turning your business into a brand people can't stop talking about. Marketing that matters. The Entrepreneur's Guide to Growth and Success by Corey Holman. It's your blueprint for building unstoppable momentum. This book is packed with innovative ideas, action steps, and game-changing insights that you can use right now. Are you ready to disrupt your industry? Don't wait. Grab your copy now on Amazon and start dominating your market today.
All right, so let's dive into this downtown. We kind of went into a little bit the Downtown Incubator Business Program, right?
Yes.
So what is it? Obviously, you said it's free. Wait, no,
No, not that one. Free.
Okay, that one ain't free, y'all. You gotta put some investment of some sort. But we're gonna find out how much or around about. So let's dive into that.
With the Downtown Business Incubator program, that program was developed about a year or so ago because one of the things that we want to do is to ignite the excitement back into downtown and get some foot traffic. Because we know some of our neighboring cities have a vibrant downtown. And Albany, being as large as it is, should have a vibrant downtown. So we worked with the downtown manager's office, and we came up with a program, and it's called the Downtown Business Incubator Program, where a business owner that wants to come to downtown, even if they've been in business for a long period of time, but they want to relocate or add another location into the downtown area can come downtown, as well as a startup business can come downtown. And this program subsidized. It's a subsidy. It's grants. So it is free for you as far as the funding is concerned.
Okay.
But you have to find a location downtown. Of course, we help you with that because we know some of the building owners.
Okay.
Not only my office, but the downtown manager's office as well. And you can, once you found a location and you bring your business downtown, we will subsidize for the first year your rent up to $750 or 50%. So if you found a building for your business and your rent is $1,000, the subsidy will be $500. But it's reimbursable.
Yeah.
So you pay it first and provide our office with the receipt showing that you've paid it, and then we reimburse you for that, because what we want you to do is have the opportunity to grow your business. The second year, we do up to 33%. Again, this is a 2-year program. And so with that 2-year program, you do have to, there are some requirements. You do have to take courses, again, because we're trying to enhance your business. Whether you're an existing business or a new business, we're forever learning. There's new stuff all the time that's happening. And so we want to make sure human resource development, employee relationship, financial software, marketing, customer service, because we know you can start a business, but if your customer service is not what it's supposed to be, your customers are not going to come back. And so that is failure on your part. So we want to make sure we've given you all the tools in your toolbox during those 2 years so that your business can strive and be the successful business we know it can be downtown.
Yeah, I think that's so good. And I think when you look at it in a way, I know she said it's a requirement, but I think it's more of an investment. And when I say an investment, it's an investment back into you as a business owner.
That's correct.
Because those type of classes, we have them happening. She has them a list on the Microbusiness Center website, and it's updated every single month. And she has basically a whole year plan of classes that go through various topics, that go through various discussions that really benefit your business. And I think the more you show up to those type of classes, show up to those type of events, the better your business can be, and the better the city of Albany could be.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I wouldn't think of it as a requirement, you all. I think of it as an investment back into yourself, back into your business. And then she touched on customer service, and you know that's where my heart and my passion is, because that's something that you'll see a lot of businesses lack in.
Yes.
It's like we have the idea, we have the vision, we have the building sometimes in some cases, but we still have like this mom and pop mentality of how I treat my family or how we do things around the people we know, not realizing that when we open our doors, we're opening up to the world.
Yes.
And there are people with different backgrounds, with different beliefs and different ways of doing things that will walk into our doors who are expecting a level of service, right?
Yes.
And so that's so important. And those are the things that keep people coming back. That is I don't think sometimes we realize it, but it's a revenue stream. It's what keeps the revenue flowing.
That's right.
Because the people who come in your doors, come to your space, deal with you, they become champions
for
of
your
what
business.
you're doing.
That's right.
All right, that's my passion. We're going to leave that alone.
Yes, and you can see he has a passion for it. And one of the things I want to say is Grace Life, your organization, has provided us with customer service classes. And every one of the business owners who attended those classes, again, those classes were free to those customers, to those business owners, and some of their workers. That they walked out with a sense of pride about how they were going to treat their customers.
Yes.
And one of them in particular, I really don't want to name names,
Absolutely.
one of the business owners indicated, her employees indicated to her and wanted to thank her and thank me for that class because it gave them another sense of how other people feel about visiting an establishment.
Absolutely.
And so it was such a wonderful thing when you get feedback from, and that business has grown substantially because of that. Matter of fact, it's beyond their wildest imaginations because they are downtown. They're one of my downtown incubators, and they did not realize when they first went down there. I think they haven't quite been there a year, or it's coming up into a year now. That they didn't expect the type of volume that they have gotten from the time they opened their doors.
Wow.
And so it has just grown tremendously and opened other doors for them. And that's what we want to see. So now, guess what? She has been offered the opportunity to replicate that business in other places outside of the city of Albany.
Come on.
So, but her home base is right here in the Good
City
Life
of
City.
Albany. Wow.
So that is just excitement for me, for her, for you all, to just thank you for for Grace Life offering that class to our downtown incubators and our tenants at the Microbusiness Enterprise Center as well.
Well, trust me, it's our pleasure because I think the thing is, our hearts is really to see Albany succeed too.
Yes, of course.
And when you see a need in the community, you want to meet it where you can, especially if you have the gifts and the talents and the understanding to really help in that area. All right, so now let's talk about the Microbusiness Center Incubator. So that's different, you all. So she made sure I was clear. So you have a Downtown Business Incubator program.
Yes.
But then there's another program called the Microbusiness Center Incubator program.
Correct.
All right, so let's dive into that.
Okay. And at the Microbusiness Center, it's located at 230 South Jackson. It's a 3-story building next to Jimmy Hot Dogs. Everybody know what Jimmy Hot Dogs is. And that is where we have businesses such as we have engineers, we have consultants, we have accountants, we have payroll specialists. We have a variety of business owners there who wanted to start a business and didn't want to do it in their homes and wanted to come and have a place where they can have a suite and have a professional environment for their potential customers to come to. And so they came, and with that incubator program, it's businesses that's been in business less than 2 years. Now, this particular program at the Microbusiness Center, to be an incubator, you have to have been in business 2 years or less. Okay, so let's make sure that they understand with the business incubator program at the Microbusiness Enterprise Center is business owners, startup businesses who have been in business less than 2 years to be in the incubator program.
All right.
That particular building does have market tenants as well, and you could have been in business 5 years and just need a place to call home and a suite there. So we have 3 different programs at the Microbusiness Center.
All right.
But that incubator program is business owners who've been in business less than 2 years. With that, again, you come in, we walk with you. That's where we meet with you on a quarterly basis to make sure you have all the resources that you have, that you have a business plan. Now, if you don't have a business plan with that incubator program in the Microbusiness Center, then we will work with you to develop a business plan. So you don't necessarily have to have one, but you have to have some idea of the vision and market and vision of your business. And so we help you to put that into a business plan. Because again, that's a program that's for 3 to 5 years. And if you are a little bit more advanced, then it's 3 years. If you are starting fresh, it's 5 years. And the reason why we say 5 years, because we know that it takes 2 to 3 years for a business to either make it or break it. Or fail. And we don't want to see that. So with that, we provide you all the resources. We meet with you on a quarterly basis, and we go over every aspect of your business. We're not trying to get in your business. What we're trying to do is be a help, a coach, and connection for other things that you may need, and find those resources, connect you with resources for the things that you may need. One of them may be marketing. One of them may be customer service. One of them could be financial. And then we offer classes to those incubators, such as customer service, such as marketing, financial literacy classes, credit classes, things that are going to be essential in you making your business successful and sustainable.
All right, let's pause for a second. Let's pause for a second. I'm going to let you take a breath there for a second. I think, so you said something right there. You said, don't think that we're trying to get in your business. And I think sometimes we do have that mindset when we're coming in. And this is why I wanted to bring Ms. Barbara on the podcast, because I wanted you to get familiar with her face, familiar with her spirit, and familiar with her. So when you're sitting with her, you know you're dealing with somebody that has your best interests at heart. Because when you're sitting across the table with someone, especially when you're new, you got your finances here, and you're in a vulnerable place.
Yes.
You're in a vulnerable place because you know you need something, and sometimes we don't want to admit we need some help. And that's the thing that I want to alleviate in this conversation, is that Ms. Barbara is a part of this ecosystem that is in Albany, Georgia, to make sure and to push. So allow her in your business in the areas that whether it's finances, so she can help navigate, because the thing is, we're all learning. That's the thing about any profession, but especially a business owner. You're always learning and you're always evolving. So I just wanted to put that tip in and give you a moment to take a break, because she gonna tell you all the good stuff. So let's go to the next part.
And with that incubator system, like I said, we meet with you on a quarterly basis to discuss those things with you and to kind of drill down to where your heart and where your passion is,
okay,
and to help you develop your business, give you ideas, connect you with other resources that can help, because there is a lot of resources out there. The Small Business Development Center, ACT, ACE, and there is so many places out there. The new Launch room. That is developing business owners and entrepreneurs, and we have connections with all of them that we can get you in programs that's going to assist you in every facet of business and business growth and development. And we offer classes throughout the year, like you indicated earlier, for these incubators. It is a requirement. So let me back up a little bit and let the potential business owners know that it is a requirement that you meet with us on a quarterly basis. It is a requirement that you attend these classes, because we offer these classes at no cost. And so we require you to attend these classes. We require you to attend the professional networking event. We require, those are the things that we require. We require you to submit your annual tax returns. Not, again, that we want to, enter into your business, because I have so many other business owners that I deal with. I don't remember from when I walk in the office, I turn it on. When I walk out the office, I turn it off, because your business is your business.
Absolutely.
And so, we do have that confidentiality in place for a reason. But we want to dive in to make sure that, like you said earlier in your conversation, that you're not overspending in one area and causing you to not be able to see that your business is growing financially. Your business is developing, because at the end of those 5 years, like we've had several successful stories where you are now in your own brick and mortar. And so, we've had a young lady that was in our building, and she started out as an incubator, and she had a nursing where she go to home visits.
Okay.
And she started out, and this is what the microbusiness has to offer. She started out in a 121 square feet room. That room is smaller than this area that we're in right now. And that's where she started, with only 2 employees. When she left our building 5 years later, she has her own building. She has over 50 employees.
Wow.
Now think about what that is doing to the economy. So, and she went, during that 5 years of being in the Microbusiness Center, she went from that 121 to 200 to 500 square feet. So we have different sizes of suites to offer our incubators based on your business needs and one of the things is that with the incubator, they come in below market rate, as far as renting a space.
Yeah.
And what we do is incrementally, every year we increase it by 15 cents per square foot. So say, for example, we have suites that people have started out less than $100 a month. What that includes is, your water, your lights, it includes your janitorial services. We have cameras all around the system there to make sure of safety. We have a security officer, and to not brag on our building, I think we're one of the nicest professional buildings around that rents out spaces outside of the innovative hub.
No, go ahead. No, this is about Microbusiness Center today. We stand in the Innovate Hub, y'all, but no, we're talking about Microbusiness Center.
So, we have a lot to offer. We do publicize your business on our website as well as on the kiosks outside of, so people will know exactly where you are. We do offer free Wi-Fi in the building as well. So there are a lot of advantages to being in our building. And that is what we do with the incubators. So you're coming in, and with that discounted rate of renting your suite, that means that you have money to spend in other areas, like marketing. We know that marketing is
an investment
in your business that you have to do so that people will know. Even if you have a business with word of mouth says, oh, that company's on Facebook. Or word of mouth says they have a website. That's still word of mouth, even though it gets you to the next level of where you're advertising your business. So that's why we allow and have that discounted rate, so that you can utilize your funds in another way to get your business up and running in the right way.
All right. So we have dived into a lot of the different things that the Microbusiness Center offers, and the incubator was one of them, the revolving loan. All of these things are here to ensure your success, whether you're in downtown or whether you're in any part of the city of Albany within those limits. Is there any other programs that you want to mention?
We do have a commercial facade program.
Okay.
Now, that program is grant funded and it's grant given.
Okay.
It is for about $2,500 it's about a $5,000 per business owner, but there are of course, there are requirements. And with that, $2,500 of that is for signage. So if you do happen to bypass us and get your own facility, but you need a sign, we want customers to know where you are so that your business can draw customers in, because guess what? Location is good, but if there's no sign telling you where you are, then half of the battle is lost already. So what we do is we can help with signage, as well as you bought a building, you invested in this building, but maybe that building needs a little facelift, maybe a little paint on the front, or maybe some pressure washing to make your building more attractive to potential customers. That other $25,000 could be used for that. Some people don't even need the whole $5,000. They may only come for a sign. And so we can help with that. Of course, there are requirements. There are things that you have to have, the same things that you have to have throughout this conversation, business license, state registration, DUNS number, all those things are still required. You have to have 2 quotes from 2 reputable businesses, all of those things. And we have checklists of things that you have to have. So you can always reach out to me, and I'm sure I can give my phone number.
Oh, absolutely. We'll put everything, all her information on the screen.
Okay. So with that, you can reach out to me. Most of the time, what I do is for whatever services out of those 3 things that we've talked about today that you want to think that you can apply for, or you would like to get more information on, I usually have a consultation with you.
Okay.
To sit down and go over and do a little bit deeper dive and let you know what is expected, what our requirements are. And if you're not there, like you said earlier, if you're not there where you need to be for the requirements, how can we work with you to get you there? And then again, if we can't help you in any of those programs, what other resources do we have that we can get you into that can help you with moving your business to the next level?
So just to make sure to clarify, this is a loan or a grant for the
commercial facade, that is a grant.
It's a grant, okay.
Now, but you have to, again, the requirements are you got to stay in that building for at least 2 years. And if you don't, for whatever reasons, then in our agreement, it does say what percentage of time that you've in there versus what you'll have to pay back if you don't stay in there for the minimum of those 2 years.
All right, y'all hear this now. These are a lot of different resources that are right here in Albany, Georgia. And if you've been denied by a bank, because a lot of times, let's be real, I started off and I went to my local bank where I had my business account. And what they were requiring was way too much than I was willing to really do at that time. I didn't want to put the collateral on my house. That's one of that was my conviction. I said I never want to put my house in. And some people would do it. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It was just my particular conviction. And so thus far I haven't had to do that. Thank the Lord. But those are different things that Ms. Barbara can do. There are so many ways that she can ensure your success in your business in the city of Albany. So don't think for any moment that there's not people in the city of Albany that want you to succeed. So Ms. Barbara, we thank you for joining us on this episode. This was a educational type of episode today because we want to ensure the success of our entrepreneurs in this community. And I'm going to give Ms. Barbara any last words that she may want to share, and then we're going to see you on the next episode.
Well, again, I thank you so much for being here and allowing us to come and give this information out. The Department of Community and Economic Development is here to serve the community. And I know we talked a lot about the Microbusiness Enterprise Center. That's where we're located. Okay. But our department is the Community and Economic Development. And there's so many other things that we do there. So maybe another time we'll come out and bring some more of my coworkers to let you know some of the other resources that we have. But please, by all means, give us a call there. We are happy to serve. This is the business side of the house that we talked about today. And so please, by all means, when they put the number up there, if you have other questions, feel free. I can answer questions on the phone as well as set up an appointment with you. Now, that means sometimes my appointments may go a week or two because I'm willing to serve and I want to spend quality time with each and every person that comes to my office to make sure that we're providing them with the services or the resources or the connections for them to be successful.
Absolutely. So you can check out her on her website at the Microbusiness Center website at albanymbec.biz.
Yes.
B-I-Z. And that'll be on the screen. We'll also put her contact information, her phone number. So again, check out Ms. Barbara. Check out the resources that the City of Albany is providing. And we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Live the Grace Life.